Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I want to thank everybody for joining this morning. We have Commissioner Volk on speakerphone, so if people hear a strange voice, that's who it is. And we'll get going with the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second. Approving the minutes as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approval of bills. Everybody has a list of bills in their packets. Any questions on the bills? Is there additional bills on the desk?
I'll move to approve the bills.
Second. We have a motion. We have a second to go ahead and approve the bills as presented. All those in favor signify by saying, oh, roll call, please. Sorry.
Gessner,
Aye.
Will,
Aye.
Otis,
Aye.
Volk.
Aye. Bills are paid. Approve of financial reports. Everybody's had a chance to take a look at the financial reports. Anybody have any questions for Candy or anything they'd like to point out on the financial reports?
I have one for Candy. I got to find it here. But the one for Mountain Lakes where it was some money transferred to indirect funds.
Right.
What is that?
So when they received their first payment from the state, we weren't like, it should have been broke down to like what went to the zone and what went to indirect. And we weren't given that information, so it all just went into the zone.
Oh, okay.
Now that whoever's caught up with paperwork needed it taken out and put where it needed to be.
Thank you.
Yep.
Other questions on the financials?
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second to go ahead and approve the financial reports. Roll call, please.
Wilhelmie.
Aye.
Otis.
Aye.
Volk.
Aye.
Gessner.
Aye.
Aye. Financials are approved. Treasurer's checks. List of treasurers. A second. Do we have a second on the treasurer's checks?
Second.
Motion and a second to go ahead and approve the treasurer's checks. Roll call, please.
Otis.
Aye.
Gessner.
Aye.
Volk.
Aye.
Wilhelmie.
Aye.
Aye. Treasurer's checks are approved. Approval of the agenda. Any changes to the agenda?
I would like to add one, and that would be an update on Highway 2 construction or progress.
Okay. On that hefty rest area deal?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll put that under unfinished business. How's that?
I know nothing about it. I'm just asking if we've heard something.
Yep. Hey, Jeff. Yep. I'd like to add, if I could, to talk about reclaiming the gravel and gravel. Sure. We can add that to Kevin's stuff on the highway department. How's that? Yep. Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion to approve the agenda as amended, adding those additional items. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Agenda is approved. Mr. Gunderson, come on up.
Turn the mic. Right, that talkie face in the front there.
Should go green.
There you go.
Water break in the sheriff's house, and forced a lot of house cleaning, which wasn't all bad. None of the major items in there were destroyed. They be cleaned up and have been cleaned up pretty good. And we have service master there. They have dehumidifiers going, fans going, so things are drying out. And I guess from now on, we are just going to not have any water in the sheriff's house other than the line going to our outside water spigot that I use for watering the lawn. I talked to Bismarck at the historical buildings place, Amy Monson, and she said we're not required to have a bathroom in the sheriff's house, even though it is a museum. So we're just going to abandon that. There is one big leak somewhere in the wall, and we're guessing that line probably goes to that bathroom. But I said, we don't want to start tearing into the wall to figure out where it's at. And she says, no, I don't either. So anyway, we're just abandoning that bathroom and just going to go from there, I guess. So, and yeah, like I said, things are drying out. Talked to Martin Mechanical yesterday, an update on a generator, and they said that it should now be here mid-June as opposed to October, which was the original estimate. So
Roger, you've been in contact with insurance, and they've taken a look at the sheriff's house and all that.
they were here right
stuff.
away. Yep.
Right. So any of those expenses like service master and things like that should be
Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully.
okay. Perfect. Well, that's a beautiful building, and hopefully we can salvage and protect it as best we can. Yeah. Anybody have anything to ask Roger on the sheriff's house or the installation of the new generator? It's positive news on the generator. Very
Positive
excited.
news on the generator. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably need to make plans on what we're going to do with the
old one.
Whether we can use that at another facility. I don't know if Kevin would have any use for it out in the highway shop or anything like that, or and maybe we can put it out on surplus if it comes to that. So
Maybe use that same company you did.
yeah. So something we'll have to take a look at as we move down the line once it gets removed. So anything else, Roger?
Nope.
Thank you. Thanks for everything you do. Sarah, welcome.
Hi. It's been a few months, so I thought we better come and give you guys a little update and let you know of a few things that we've got coming up going on, especially here at the Memorial Building. Lindsay, our A&R agent, just finished up her private pesticide trainings. She held a Design Your Succession Plan program, and we held a Stop the Bleed program during the last couple of weeks. We had a really good turnout for the Stop the Bleed program, so we did get a couple of certified trainers. So we're hoping to keep that going. There's a grant that NDSU Extension and NDSU had received for that, so we're glad to be teaming up with them for that. We got a couple of events coming up here in April. One is the Progressive Ag Safety Day, and that's for all of Ramsey County fifth graders. And they're going to be learning about 8 different safety topics. And again, that's on April 24th. So if any of the public would like to come and check that out, we've got it.
drug awareness, home alone, vaping awareness, lawnmower safety, ATV safety, um, stress and mental health awareness, internet safety. So some great topics for our fifth graders. Great day of learning for them. And we also have the next day. So it's going to be a couple of busy days. um, the next day will be Experience Agriculture Field to Fork for Ramsey County fourth graders, and that'll be on April 25th. And the students will learn all about where their food comes from the pollinators to dairy, wheat, beef and pork, oils, all the way to egg careers and beans and legumes. So that'll be April 25th. And so come on out and check and see what we've got going for the kids. Busy couple of days for us.
Was that used to be the pizza day?
Yep, used to be pizza day. We kind of updated it a little bit with some of our more area crops and
Sure.
things like that. So we bring in the Lake Region State College to come in and they do egg careers for us, and so it's a great partnership for so many.
And what was the training for the fifth graders called?
That one is called Progressive Egg Safety.
Progressive eggs.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So, we also are. It's kind of hard to think about gardening, but spring fever gardening forums are occurring, and we've had about 15 come and attend those. That's coming from the state and just learning about how we can start our gardens and so much more. We're excited to be a host site for this summer farm safety camp, and we're teaming up with Lake Region State College. That'll be held at the Hofstad Egg Center, and this is a statewide event, and this is the first one happening in Devil's Lake, and we are the first site that's already full. So we're excited. We know that this is a need in our area, and this is occurring May 29th through the 31st. So we're going to be learning about how to safely operate tractors, ATVs, livestock handling, first aid, and then more. So we'd like to thank Lake Region State College for working with us on this program to host it for our area kids. Let's see. In the 4-H world, shooting sports has been in full force. We just finished up our precision air rifle, and now we're moving on to archery. So the kids are full programs for both of those. So, and we'd like to really thank all of our instructors who give us their time to help us out. We couldn't do it without them. We do have a shotgun team that just finished up their fundraising efforts, and they are going to be moving on to the national competition, which is huge for them. So they are, now that we're getting some nicer weather, they're getting outside to practice. So you want to come up and see who's on the team for that and whatnot. But we're really excited for them to head down to Grand Island, Nebraska for that. It's kind of a big deal. And let's see, we're starting up some mini camps for 4-H as well. We've got one coming up next Sunday with a painting class. Mrs. Frith is going to be helping us out, and we've already filled 2 sections of a sewing camp. So we've got a lot of different opportunities for our kids. Coming up this summer, May 5th will be our communication arts and clothing review. That's really taken off here in the county. It'll get them ready for state competitions at the state fair, which is hard to believe, in July. So just kind of a little taste of what we've had going on. Got an advisory council meeting this evening to get some input from our area constituents in the county. Yeah, a lot going on. Anybody have any questions for us?
What time's the meeting tonight?
Yes, 5:30. Come hungry. Got supper. Yeah, Mr. Gessner, we'd like to thank you for coming to our performance reviews last month. So thank you for showing interest and learning more about extension.
Anybody have any questions for Sarah? Hearing none, thank you so much,
All right.
Sarah, for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Mr. Jager, come on up. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm just here to say that the multi-hazard mitigation plan has been finalized. They're waiting for our adoption. So the letter was forwarded out, and I got to thank Candy so much for getting it out to the rest of the auditors around, so they can put their information in, sign it, and get it back to us. And once we get all this information, we can get it back to the state, and hopefully then we'll get the final of the multi-hazard mitigation plan.
Chris, you want to just give a short synopsis of what the multi-hazard mitigation plan is, why it's important, why we need it, and a little bit of the background on how long it's taken to get this accomplished.
The multi-hazard mitigation plan is a plan that shows our strengths and weaknesses throughout the county. Basically, it shows that, if we needed a dike around Devil's Lake, obviously we have it, and roads to raise, ditches to dig, stuff like that. Just mainly the hazards that we as a county face, as well as FEMA faces. The plans renew every so many years. I think it's 6 years now. So don't quote me on that one. But we got the more advanced after we met. We missed the deadline to get the plan done. We got it more advanced, what FEMA's asking for. So it was a learning lesson for a lot of us, the state, myself, the contractor. So yeah, it's welcome to see it just about finalized.
Something that's needed in order for the county to receive federal mitigation dollars. So it's something that really ties into the floodplain management stuff that we've been discussing for the past year as well. So there's a lot of discussion of floodplain management and mitigation within that multi-hazard mitigation plan that Chris and his team has been working on. So thank you.
Yeah. Also, everything that's tied to granting is tied to that. So it's good to see it getting done so we can get some grants. I know there's some asked around the county about grants that are available. So it's good to see it getting done. I appreciate it.
Yep. Appreciate the hard work.
What's the steps now?
We have to get resolutions that adopt the finalized plan that they've worked with it. Candy has a copy. I don't know if it was included in your guys' packet. So every town will have to sign off on that. The county, every city. So the sooner we get that back, the faster we can get this plan, hopefully.
So it's just the incorporated cities and the county.
Correct.
Townships or anything.
Townships are not included on this one.
Did all the commissioners get a copy of the multi-hazard mitigation plan?
Did they send that out? No.
No.
I will send it out to you guys then. I thought it was sent out by the state, but yeah, I will send it around to you guys. Actually, I'll get it to Candy too. If you want to forward that along to the auditors too, that'd be awesome.
I think it's a couple hundred pages long, or it's a little bit of reading, but it's very interesting, and seeing what the type of hazards that have been identified throughout the county, and how FEMA and others intend to mitigate against those damages that could be out there. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Probably want to go ahead with a motion to approve that resolution supporting the multi-hazard mitigation plan, so we can get that signed and sent off to FEMA. Or is that something that we want to, everybody comfortable with taking Chris and our word on it, that it's completed and updated, or is that something that you want to review and read through before?
I guess I'd like to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Just
Okay. Timing on this, resolution of support for multi-hazard mitigation? Sooner the better. So if we could, have everybody read through that prior to the next meeting. I think we meet on the 16th of April. Oh. Okay. All right, Mr. Fieldson.
Morning. I have a lot to go through today, so.
You got the mic off.
So I'll move pretty fast. You got a question, just jump right in. Okay, first of all, have an invoice from Butler for the filters that we put on the 6 new motor graders. There's air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, all the filters. So that invoice was $7,721.86. I'd like to entertain a motion to pay that.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and pay the invoice for Butler for the filters and oil for the servicing of the 6 motor graders, $7,721.86. Roll call, please.
Otis.
Aye.
Bulk. Gessner.
Aye.
Wilhelmie.
Aye.
Aye. Motion paid. Carries. Invoice paid.
Second, we have an invoice from Butler for carbide cutting edges. It's something new we're trying for summer maintenance. Other people, other counties that are trying them say they get 3,000 hours out of a set of edges, which is 3 years. I called BS on that, but we'll see. We're gonna try and we spend that much in 1 year, so if this works out, the only problem I see is where there's rocks in the road. If these carbide edges hit those rocks, they chip out, and then you get a little groove where that chip is every time you blade the road. But we're gonna try them, see if they're. So anyway, that invoice for those carbide cutting edges is $3,188.48, and I'd like a motion to pay for that.
I so move.
Second.
We have a motion. We have a second to go ahead and pay for Butler for the carbide cutting edges, $3,188.48. Roll call, please.
Gessner.
Aye.
Bulk.
Aye.
Wilhelmie.
Aye.
Otis.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
And just for info, they'll go beyond the pen blade in that area. Next one, we have an invoice from Farmers Union Oil for all the engine, hydraulic, and transmission oil that we use servicing the 6 motor graders for $6,789.47. And I'd like to entertain a motion to pay for that.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second to pay the Farmers Union for engine, hydraulic, and transmission oil for servicing the graders. So is that different from the first invoice that we approved paying for the filter and oil for servicing the 6 graders?
Yep. There was certain oils that we can't get from. We shopped around basically.
Okay.
Certain oils we couldn't get from Farmers Union, so we had to get some of the oil from Butler. Not very much, but yeah, we shopped around for the best price, and that's how that ended up at 2 different vendors.
Okay. And that kind of adds up to what and the proposal was earlier in the year when you
Yep.
came in, and
Those 2 together, yes.
was about 14,000. So that makes sense. So, all right, we have a motion and a second to go ahead and pay Farmers Union for the oil for the 6 graders, $6,789.47. Roll call, please.
Bulk.
Aye.
Otis.
Aye.
Gessner.
Aye.
Wilhelmie.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I signed up for 2 rental tractors from Leading Edge for ditch mowing again this fall. I don't actually have an invoice or anything for that, but just to give you a heads up, they're the same cost as they were last year. $5,625 for 6 months each. That's just a heads up for now, I guess. We'll be seeing the invoice later, like in the fall when we start mowing. I also reserved an excavator from Ironhide to install the culverts in July and August, and it will cost $79.71.66 for 6 weeks.
Is that an estimate or an exact?
It's an estimate. That's exactly what it was last year for 6
Okay.
weeks. So unless
Is that based on an hourly rate or?
it's a monthly, and then the other 2 weeks they just divide it in two for.
Okay.
They do prorate it out, but it is a monthly charge. You can do it anyway, hourly, weekly, bi-weekly, but the cheapest rate is monthly.
Okay.
So I don't know, do we need motions to go ahead to approve those, or just a heads up so you know what's coming, or?
Part of your day-to-day business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we're looking for asking vendors for quotes for guardrail on a bridge on Ramsey 3. We're paving that part of the road this year, so we're going to fix the guardrail it's the bridge by Alden Thorson's. And it'll be part of that thin lift overlay project. It'll come out of that same line item anyway. So just a heads up there also. We haven't got the bids yet. I think they're due in the 11th or something like that. April 11th.
That bridge and those guardrails are gonna be wide enough for implements to pass through without damaging?
They'll be exactly the same as they are now, maybe a little bit taller. So yeah, it's probably going to be an issue for some people.
And make sure that people are aware of something like that, so ask people to be careful.
Yeah, there's guardrails there now, but they might be just a little bit too short.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll be exactly like it is now. And the reason I'm too short is the thin lift overlays over the year. The asphalt came up and the guardrails didn't. Let's see. Well, I need to order cutting edges for the rest of the motor graders for the summer season, and they'll cost $14,821.77. So looking for a motion to go ahead and order those.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and order, cutting edges for, summer maintenance. Any specific place you wanna put on that?
Oh, that is Butler. Sorry, I should add that on there.
All right, cutting edges for summer maintenance, $14,821.77. We're just, we're not paying it, we're ordering it.
Correct.
All right. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Our auction that we had selling all our old equipment, after all the fees and everything, we made $30,065. So that's more than I was anticipating. So it's a success. I think that's probably a good way to go from now on. That's more of a heads up than anything. Update on weight limits. We still haven't. We put our weight limits on south of US 2, as the state did, and we have not put them on north of US 2 yet, as the state hasn't put theirs on either. I would guess it'd be pretty quick. Have you heard anything? Yeah, I haven't either. So, but weather-wise, looks like it's going to be maybe even this week, next week for sure. So, just a heads up there. Results for the bid openings. First of all, we had some bids that did not have the proper paperwork on the outside of the envelopes, so they were not opened. So we need to deal with that right away. Either make a motion not to open them or a motion to open them. In the past, if they don't have the proper paperwork, we have not opened them. We have not allowed them.
We have enough without allowing them?
Pardon me?
Did we receive enough without them?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We got some good prices, yes.
You know, if they don't have the paperwork, don't open them. That's, I mean,
It's not really fair to the rest of the vendors.
No, it's-
Right.
you need a motion for that.
Yep, we
Let's
do.
have one.
Legally, we do, yes.
I move that the bids that did not have proper paperwork in order not be opened.
Perfect.
Would second that.
We have a motion and a second to go ahead and not open the bids that did not meet the required paperwork accompanied. Further discussion?
It was from NCZ Express in New Rockford.